Making headlines. The Foreign Ministry emphasizes that the continuity and neutrality of its policies is the greatest achievement of Maldivian foreign policy. Maldives and the World Bank hold significant talks pertaining to data sharing. And the Homeland Security Ministry suspends 7,500 individuals from the expat system due to unpaid fees and penalties.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Hello and welcome to PSMNEWS in English. I'm Utbah Mahmoud, your host for the evening. President Dr. Mohamed Muiz underscores that a country's independence is not solely defined by internal acceptance, but must also be recognized and respected by the global community. Delivering a message on the 59th anniversary of the Maldives' membership in the United Nations UN, President Dr. Muiz emphasized the nation's successful diplomatic journey and its steadfast commitment to international cooperation. President Muiz highlighted the UN plays a vital role in defending and promoting the sovereignty of small nations like the Maldives. As such, the President noted the most important place to defend the independence and sovereignty of a country is the UN, stressing the significance of UN membership in ensuring global recognition and respect for the Maldives' sovereignty. Reflecting on the Maldives' achievements at the UN, President Muiz noted the nation has made remarkable progress over the years, moving from poverty to prosperity while championing critical issues such as climate change. He pointed out that Maldivian diplomats have worked tirelessly to promote the country's interests on the world stage, including holding the presidency of the UN General Assembly last year and serving a third term on the UN Human Rights Council. The President also revealed the nation's ongoing campaign for a seat on the UN Economic and Social Council, reaffirming that the Maldives' trajectory remains firmly focused on progress and global engagement. President Muiz described the UN as the world's primary forum for resolving disputes and addressing global challenges, emphasizing the need for active participation in its debates. Adding that his top priority in foreign policy is to protect the interests of the Maldivian people, President Muiz stated that the country must raise its voice in such arenas to ensure that the Maldives is a respected and influential nation globally. In closing, President Muiz assured the people of Maldives that his foreign policy would continue to prioritize the nation's security, freedom, and prosperity. The President pledged to protecting the interests of the people of Maldives in shaping and conducting the foreign policy. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs has emphasized that the continuity and neutrality of its policies is the greatest achievement of Maldivian foreign policy. This was expressed by Secretary for Multilateral Affairs Ahmad Shian during a special segment on PSMNEWS.
In his remarks, Shian highlighted the Maldives' commitment to neutrality since establishing foreign relations, calling it one of the country's significant foreign policy successes. He pointed out that the Maldives has experienced substantial growth through its United Nations membership, which has facilitated economic and social development with support from various nations. Shian also mentioned the role of UN bodies in shaping the country's policies. He noted that the Maldives has made notable contributions within the UN, including the 1989 Resolution on Security of Small States, drafted after the 1988 attack. This resolution has been referenced and adopted in various contexts, making it a source of pride for Maldivians and earning recognition from the international community. Secretary Shian asserted that the country's foreign policies have remained consistent despite changes in administration, demonstrating that they are not swayed by external influences. Likewise, the current president, Dr. Mohamed Muiz, prioritizes the interests of small nations and focuses on issues relevant to Islamic countries.
Maldives and the World Bank hold significant talks pertaining to data sharing. The discussions were held between the Minister of Homeland Security and Technology, Ali Hassan, Minister of State for Homeland Security and Technology, Dr. Muhammad Kinathan, as well as senior delegations of the World Bank.
Following the meeting, State Minister Dr. Kinanath stated that the discussions were focused on restructuring the Digital Maldives for Adaptation, Decentralization and Diversification (DMED) project. He said that the importance of the Privacy and Personal Data Protection Bill and the Cybersecurity Bill were also emphasized during the meeting. The DMED project, valued at $10 million, is financed through World Bank assistance, with the agreement signed on July 4, 2022. The project aims to implement essential legal amendments, establish a regulatory framework for Internet and communications, and enhance the technical capacity of government authorities. This initiative aims to enhance the social and economic opportunities available. Furthermore, the Ministry of Homeland Security and Technology indicated that the project aims to introduce a digital identity system to enhance government service quality and establish a system for collecting and storing data on environmental and weather changes.
The Ministry of Homeland Security and Technology reports that 7,500 individuals have been suspended from the Expect system due to unpaid fees and penalties. Fees for hiring foreign workers in the Maldives must be paid through the Expect system. State Minister Abdul Majid Ibrahim stated that 7,501 people have been blocked from accessing the system for failing to make these payments. However, they will regain access once the outstanding fees are settled. Those employing foreign workers were given a deadline of September 16 to pay any fees and penalties totaling less than $6,510. The ministry previously warned that a list of non-compliant individuals would be made public, resulting in suspensions from the Expect system. So far, 3,692 individuals have requested to pay their duties in one-year installments. State Minister Majid mentioned that the highest amount owed is $1.5 million, with a one-year period granted for payment. In total, there are over 50,000 individuals and companies employing foreign workers in the Maldives. According to the ministry, more than 90% or over 45,000 of these do not consistently pay their fees. The government aims to complete the development of the cold storage in Tinadu city by next year. This was disclosed by the Minister of Fisheries and Ocean Resources, Ahmad Shiam, during his recent visit to the city. While in Tinadu, Mr. Shiam engaged with the local fishing community and listened to their concerns. Fishermen expressed issues regarding insufficient fuel supplies and delayed payments, highlighting the challenges they face in obtaining fuel on credit from MIFCO and FSM. They also called for the development of reef fishing in the region. In response, Mr. Shiam stated that discussions are ongoing with relevant parties to address the fuel supply issues. He assured the fishermen that the government would support the development of reef fishing in collaboration with MIFCO. Additionally, he provided information on the RSW system and the Fishermen's Register. The Ministry of Health has announced plans to include patient representatives in the National Patient Safety Committee to enhance patient safety. The ministry is currently in the process of establishing this committee within the year. This committee will focus on addressing patient concerns and proactively preventing healthcare risks. Health Ministry's Commissioner of Quality Assurance, Taslima Usman, noted that the committee will discuss various challenges faced by patients and ensure their representation. In Maldives, quality improvement departments have been set up in tertiary healthcare facilities to foster collaboration with patients. The ministry plans to collaborate with these departments as part of the National Committee. To facilitate this initiative, the ministry is training personnel to work closely with patients with the aim to create a health system where healthcare workers can acknowledge and address mistakes when they occur. This approach aligns with global practices aimed at strengthening healthcare systems. The ministry notes that it is committed to improving the overall situation, recognizing that many areas require enhancement to deliver safe and high-quality services. Minister of Higher Education, Labour and Skills Development, Dr. Maria states that efforts to develop a training resort will commence within the next 2 years. The training resort is being established in collaboration with the Maldives National University, MNU.
Speaking at a press conference, Minister Dr. Maria stated that the primary objective of developing a training resort is to welcome international students to the Maldives. The minister revealed that the proposal for the resort has already been completed and efforts are ongoing to review it. She stated that investors will also be sought with a 1-year period, while the development of the training resort will officially commence within 2 years. One of the major challenges within the tourism industry of Maldives is the lack of well-educated and skilled locals to fill the senior positions of the industry. Minister of Tourism Ibrahim Faisal stated that the government aims to bring back students to fill the senior positions of the industry after providing them scholarships and in accordance with the law. To achieve this objective, the Ministry of Higher Education, Labour and Skills Development took the initiative of establishing the training resort. The latest population statistics indicates that a total of 58,089 individuals are employed in the tourism industry. Of these, only 22,337 are Maldivians, constituting to 40% of the individuals working in the industry. Meanwhile, over 35,000 foreigners are actively working in the tourism industry.
The Ministry of Housing, Land and Urban Development confirms that the housing developmental project in Kurendu, Lavin Atoll, is expected to be completed by early next year.
The project, contracted to SJ Trade Private Limited on March 19, 2023, is being executed under design-build policy. It includes the construction of 10-story flats comprising 50 housing units, each featuring 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, a living room, a kitchen, a laundry room, and a storage room. The ministry stated that the housing units will be lit up and then an area will be designated for the establishment of a park and vehicle parking zone nearby. The project is worth $6.2 million. Regarding the project's progress, the ministry reported that 47% has been completed this year, with most concrete-related works finished. Although the project was set for completion by the end of this month, the ministry disclosed that it was delayed due to the lack of secured funds. However, it affirmed that efforts are underway to expedite the completion of the project, aiming for completion by the first quarter of next year.
We'll return after a short prayer. Stay tuned.
PSM ಗೆ ಟಿವಿ ಚಾನೆಲ್ ತಕ ರೇಡಿಯೋ ಚಾನೆಲ್ ತ ಮಿಹಾರು PSM Air application ತಿಯ ಬೇಫ್ರುನ್ನ ಹಿಲೆ ಬಲಾಲೆವೇನೆ ಅದಿ ಅಡುವ ಹಾಲೆವೇನೆ ದುನಿಯೆಗೆ ಕೊಮ್ಮೆ ತಾಗುಹುರೆಗೆ ಕೊಮ್ಮೆ ಗಡಿಯ PSM ಗೆ ಚಾನೆಲ್ ತ ಬಲಾಲುಮ ಅವಹ PSM Air app ಡೌನ್ಲೋಡ್ ಕುರವ್ವ ಮಿಹಾರು app store ಉನ್ನ Google Play Store ಇಂವೆಸ್ ಮಿ app ಡೌನ್ಲೋಡ್ ಕೊಲ್ಲೆವೇನೆ
ಮಮ್ಮಾತಿ ಅಸಲಿ ಹಿಮ್ಮಗೆ ದಮ್ಮರುತಿಯೇ ಅಲಿಕೋ ದಿಂಗ್ಗೆ
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله اللهم رب هذه الدعوة التامة والصلاة القائمة آت محمدا الوسيلة والفضيلة والدرجة الرفيعة وبعثه مقاما محمودا الذي وعدته وارزقنا شفاعته برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين وصلى الله على محمد وآله وصحبه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين.
मगुमच्चे सवाल को नुदुनु एमएफ हो तिजहुनी मुळिमुन ग बेंडे जोळाकन एक्सीडेंट तहुगा नुवदी है इंसे तमी हम मारवनी बोले लिबयानी अक्सर साइकिल दुबार हेलमेट वाला
PSM ಗೆ ಟಿವಿ ಚಾನೆಲ್ ತಕ ರೇಡಿಯೋ ಚಾನೆಲ್ ತ ಮಿಹಾರು PSM Air application ನು ತಿಯ ಬೇಫ್ಲುನ್ನ ಹಿಲೆ ಬಲಾಲೆವೆನೆ ಅದಿ ಅಡುವ ಹಾಲೆವೆನೆ ದುನಿಯೆಗೆ ಕೊಮ್ಮೆ ತಾಗುಹುರೆಗೆ ಕೊಮ್ಮೆ ಗಡಿಯಕು PSM ಗೆ ಚಾನೆಲ್ ತ ಬಲಾಲುಮ ಅವಹ PSM Air app ಡೌನ್ಲೋಡ್ ಕುರವ್ವ ಮಿಹಾರು app store ಉನ್ನ Google Play Store ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ ಮಿ app ಡೌನ್ಲೋಡ್ ಕೊಲ್ಲೆವೆನೆ
Welcome back to PSMNEWS in English. Workers striking for higher wages defied Samsung Electronics' no pay, no work order to continue protests outside the company's electronics plant in India's Tamil Nadu state on Saturday.
The company has warned its striking workers in southern India they will lose building access on Monday and not receive wages if they continue protesting, and also face the risk of termination, a company email showed, escalating a dispute between the company and its employees. Hundreds of workers have disrupted operations and protested in a makeshift tent close to Samsung's home appliances factory near the city of Chennai since September 9th. They have been demanding higher wages and recognition of a union at the plant, which contributes roughly a third of Samsung's annual India revenue of $12 billion. The Samsung strike is one of the biggest in India in recent years and has cast a shadow over Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's plan to court foreign investors to make in India and to triple electronics production to $500 billion in 6 years. Samsung last week sued the protesting union in a district court, seeking a temporary injunction to restrain sloganeering and making speeches in and around the factory. But the judge on Thursday only called for swift resolution. The Samsung plant employs roughly 1,800 workers and more than 1,000 of them have been on strike. The factory makes appliances such as refrigerators, TVs, and washing machines. Another Samsung plant that makes smartphones in the northern state of Uttar Pradesh has had no unrest. Samsung workers are earning 25,000 rupees or $300 on average per month, according to a powerful labor group, CITU, that has helped mobilize the factory workers. They are demanding a raise of 36,000 rupees or $430 over 3 years.
State media says a blast caused by a gas leak at an Iranian coal mine has killed at least 51 people in one of the country's deadliest work accidents in years.
The number of dead workers increased to 51 in the explosion at the Tabas mine in eastern Iran, the official IRNA news agency reported, revising an earlier death toll of 30. It added that 20 other people were injured. IRNA said that the explosion occurred on September 21st when around 70 workers were present at the site in South Khorasan province. According to the report, a leak of methane gas led to the blast in 2 blocks of the mine, which is owned by private Iranian firm Madanjo. State TV broadcast footage of ambulances and helicopters arriving at Tabas to transport the injured to hospital. Online footage carried by IRNA showed bodies of some of the victims wearing their work uniform carried out of the site on mining carts. South Khorasan Governor Javad Ginath told state TV that rescue teams were working to recover the remaining bodies. Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian, in remarks carried state TV before departing for the UN General Assembly in New York, offered his condolences to the families of the victims and ordered a probe into the deadly incident. Iran's Red Crescent said search and rescue operations were underway in the mine, where some workers remained trapped. According to IRNA, they were about 250 meters below the surface, cut off from rescuers by chambers that had filled up with concentrated methane gas. Last year, an explosion at a coal mine in the northern city of Damgan killed 6 people, also likely the result of methane leak, according to local media. In May 2021, 2 miners died in a collapse at the same site, local media reported at the time. A blast in 2017 killed 43 miners in Azad Shahr city in northern Iran, triggering anger toward Iranian authorities.
That's it for now. Thank you for watching. Have a pleasant day. Bye.